Brace yourself for a journey into the heart of nature's fury. We're about to face some of the most extreme conditions imaginable, the kind that make you feel small, vulnerable, but also incredibly alive. These are the top 10 most extreme weather phenomena ever recorded, moments where the planet reminds us just how powerful it truly is. Prepare to witness the raw power of Mother Nature, where survival is the only option. Picture this. A swirling vortex of dust and debris tearing through the landscape with the force of 1,000 freight trains. That's a tornado, my friends. And it's a force of nature you don't want to mess with. These spinning columns of air can reach wind speeds of over 300 miles per hour, ripping buildings from their foundations and tossing cars around like toys. We've seen the devastating power of tornadoes in places like the United States, where Tornado Alley braces itself for these monsters every year. The tri-state tornado of 1925 cut a path of destruction over 200 miles long, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. And let's not forget the Joplin tornado of 2011, an EF5 monster that leveled entire neighborhoods, proving that even in the face of such power, the human spirit can endure. But tornadoes aren't just about brute force. They're also incredibly unpredictable, capable of changing direction in an instant. That's what makes them so dangerous. You never know where they'll strike next. Imagine trying to outrun a tornado, the ground shaking beneath your feet, the roar of the wind deafening. It's a race against time, a true test of survival instincts. What fascinates me about tornadoes is their raw power, the way they can transform the landscape in the blink of an eye. One minute you have a peaceful town, the next it's a scene of chaos and destruction. It's a stark reminder that we are but visitors in nature's domain. So next time you see a tornado warning, take it seriously. These are not forces to be trifled with. Find shelter, stay safe, and remember, even in the face of nature's fury, the human spirit can overcome. We're leaving the heartland behind and heading out to sea, where another monster lurks, the hurricane. Imagine a storm so vast it can be seen from space, a swirling mass of clouds and wind spanning hundreds of miles. Hurricanes are the behemoths of the weather world, packing winds of over 150 miles per hour and bringing with them torrential rains and devastating storm surges. These storms are born over warm ocean waters, fueled by the heat and moisture rising from the surface. As the warm, moist air rises, it creates an area of low pressure below, drawing in more air and creating a cycle of intensification. Think of it like a giant engine, constantly being fed by the ocean's energy. We've all seen the images of hurricanes like Katrina, Harvey, and Maria. The sheer scale of destruction is hard to comprehend. Homes reduced to rubble, entire coastlines reshaped, and lives lost to the relentless fury of wind and water. But amidst the devastation, we also see incredible stories of resilience, of communities coming together to rebuild and support one another. What I find most humbling about hurricanes is their sheer size and power. They are a stark reminder that no matter how advanced our technology, we are still at the mercy of nature's fury. But they also remind us of the incredible strength of the human spirit, our ability to adapt, overcome, and rebuild. So the next time you see a hurricane brewing in the tropics, remember the power it holds. Be prepared, stay informed, and never underestimate the forces at play. From the fury of the hurricane, we turn our attention to the sky, where another spectacle of nature unfolds, the lightning storm. Imagine the sky ablaze with jagged bolts of electricity, illuminating the night with a terrifying beauty. Lightning storms are a reminder that even the air we breathe can be charged with danger. These storms are born from the same turbulent clouds that spawn tornadoes and hurricanes. As warm, moist air rises and collides with cold, dry air, it creates an electric field within the cloud. This field can build to incredible levels, eventually discharging in a blinding flash of light and a deafening clap of thunder. We've all witnessed the power of lightning, the way it can split trees in two or start fires with a single strike. It's a force of nature that demands respect, reminding us that even the sky can be a dangerous place. But lightning isn't just about destruction, it's also essential for life on Earth, playing a crucial role in the nitrogen cycle that fertilizes our planet. What I find most fascinating about lightning is its speed. Traveling at over 200,000 miles per hour, it's one of the fastest phenomena in the natural world. It's a reminder that even in the blink of an eye, nature can unleash incredible power. So the next time you find yourself caught in a lightning storm, remember to seek shelter immediately. Stay away from windows, tall trees, and open water. Remember, even the most beautiful displays of nature can be deadly. Chapter 4. Blizzards, when winter unleashes its fury. From the electrical fury of lightning storms, we journey now to the icy grip of winter, where blizzards transform the landscape into a frozen wasteland. Imagine howling winds whipping up walls of snow, visibility reduced to mere feet and temperatures plummeting to life-threatening lows. This is the reality of a blizzard, where survival depends on preparation and resilience. Blizzards are born when cold, dry air collides with warm, moist air, creating a recipe for intense snowfall and powerful winds. These storms can dump feet of snow in a matter of hours, burying homes, cars and entire towns under a blanket of white. Roads become impassable, communication lines are cut, and the outside world feels a million miles away. We've seen the crippling effects of blizzards in places like the northeastern United States, where cities like New York and Boston have been brought to a standstill by these winter storms. But even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit shines through. Neighbors helping neighbors, emergency services working tirelessly to clear roads and restore power, and a sense of community that transcends the harshest conditions. What I find most awe-inspiring about blizzards is their ability to transform familiar landscapes into something alien and unforgiving. The world we know is buried under a thick mantle of snow, forcing us to adapt, to rely on our instincts, and to appreciate the simple comforts of warmth and shelter. So the next time a blizzard threatens your area, remember to be prepared. Stock up on supplies, make sure you have a way to stay warm, and if you must venture out, be aware of the dangers and take every precaution. Chapter 5: Tsunamis, Walls of Water that Reshape the World. From the frozen grip of blizzards, we journey now to the vast expanse of the ocean, where a different kind of storm brews beneath the surface, the tsunami. Imagine a wall of water, sometimes hundreds of feet high, surging inland with unstoppable force, swallowing everything in its path. Tsunamis are a stark reminder of the immense power that lies hidden beneath the waves. Unlike wind-driven waves, which only affect the surface of the ocean, tsunamis are generated by seismic events like earthquakes or underwater volcanic eruptions. These events displace massive amounts of water, creating a ripple effect that travels across entire oceans at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour. We've all seen the devastating images of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami and the 2011 Tohoku tsunami in Japan. Coastal communities reduced to rubble, lives lost, and a sense of utter devastation in the wake of nature's fury. But amidst the tragedy, we also witnessed incredible stories of survival, of human compassion, and of the unwavering determination to rebuild. What I find most humbling about tsunamis is their sheer unpredictability. They can strike with little warning, leaving coastal communities vulnerable to their devastating power. But they also remind us of the importance of early warning systems, of disaster preparedness, and of the global community coming together to help those in need. So, the next time you're near the coast, remember the power the ocean holds. Be aware of tsunami warning signs, know your evacuation routes, and never underestimate the forces at play beneath the waves. Chapter 6: Heat Waves, the Silent Killer. We've faced swirling winds, torrential rains and icy blizzards, but now we confront a different kind of extreme weather, one that often goes unnoticed until it's too late: the heat wave. Imagine a relentless sun beating down day after day, temperatures soaring to record highs and the air thick with oppressive humidity. Heat waves are a silent killer, their effects insidious and far-reaching. Unlike other extreme weather events, heat waves don't announce their arrival with dramatic fanfare. They creep up slowly, intensifying over days or even weeks as high-pressure systems trap heat near the surface, creating a dome of sweltering temperatures. Cities become furnaces, asphalt melts, and the very air we breathe feels like a furnace. We've seen the deadly consequences of heat waves around the world, from the 2003 European heat wave that claimed tens of thousands of lives to the recent heat waves in India and Pakistan, where temperatures have soared to unbearable levels. The elderly, the very young, and those with pre-existing health conditions are particularly vulnerable to heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses. What I find most concerning about heat waves is their growing frequency and intensity, fueled by climate change. As global temperatures continue to rise, we can expect to see more frequent and severe heat waves, posing a significant threat to human health and well-being. But it's not just about human health. Heat waves also have a devastating impact on agriculture, water resources, and ecosystems. So the next time you experience a heat wave, remember to take precautions. Stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity during the hottest parts of the day, and check on elderly neighbors and those who may be vulnerable. Chapter 7: Floods, when water claims the land. We've witnessed the power of water to erode mountains and carve canyons over millennia, but its destructive force becomes terrifyingly clear during a flood. Imagine rivers overflowing their banks, transforming streets into raging torrents, and homes submerged beneath meters of muddy water. Floods are a stark reminder that water, the essence of life, can also be a powerful force of destruction. Floods can be triggered by a variety of factors, from torrential rains and melting snowpack to dam failures and coastal storm surges. Flash floods in particular can occur with terrifying speed, transforming dry creek beds into raging rivers in a matter of minutes. We've seen the devastating impacts of floods around the world, from the recent floods in Germany and China to the recurring monsoon floods in Bangladesh and India. Homes are lost, livelihoods destroyed, and lives upended as floodwaters surge through communities, leaving behind a trail of devastation. But amidst the destruction, we also witness incredible acts of courage, resilience, and compassion. What I find most humbling about floods is their ability to reshape landscapes literally overnight. Rivers change course, bridges collapse, and homes are swept away, demonstrating the raw power of nature. But floods also remind us of the importance of sustainable land management practices, flood-resistant infrastructure, and early warning systems to mitigate the impacts of these events. So the next time you hear about heavy rain or rising river levels, remember the potential for floods. Be prepared to evacuate if necessary. Know your community's flood plan and never underestimate the power of water. We've braved scorching heat and torrential downpours, but now we face a different kind of aerial assault, the hailstorm. Imagine a sky transformed into a battlefield as chunks of ice, some larger than baseballs, rain down with bone-jarring force, shattering windows, shredding crops, and leaving a path of destruction in their wake. Hailstorms are a visceral reminder that even the sky can unleash a barrage of solid projectiles. Hailstorms form within powerful thunderstorms where updrafts and downdrafts create a turbulent battleground for ice particles. Supercooled water droplets collide with dust or other particles, freezing instantly and forming hailstones. These hailstones are then tossed up and down within the storm clouds, accumulating layers of ice with each pass until they become too heavy and plummet to the earth. We've seen the destructive power of hailstorms around the world, from the golf ball hailstorm that pummeled parts of the United States in 2010, to the hailstorm that devastated vineyards in France in 2016, causing millions of dollars in damage. Hailstorms can damage aircraft, dent cars, and injure livestock, making them a significant threat to property and livelihoods. What I find most fascinating about hailstorms is the sheer size and weight of the hailstones they can produce. Some hailstones have been recorded at over 8 inches in diameter, weighing in at over 2 pounds. These icy missiles can cause serious damage, making it crucial to seek shelter during a hailstorm. So the next time you hear the telltale clatter of hailstones on your roof, remember to take cover, stay away from windows, protect your head, and wait out the storm indoors. From the icy fury of hailstorms, we journey now to the arid expanse of the desert where another type of storm rages, the sandstorm. Imagine a wall of sand and dust, sometimes thousands of feet high, advancing across the landscape, blotting out the sun and turning day into night. Sandstorms are a visceral reminder of the power of wind to reshape the earth and test the limits of human endurance. Sandstorms, also known as dust storms, are typically triggered by strong winds, whipping across loose, dry soil or sand. These winds lift vast quantities of dust and sand into the atmosphere, creating a swirling vortex that can travel for hundreds or even thousands of miles. Sandstorms can reduce visibility to near zero, grounding aircraft, disrupting transportation, and posing serious health risks. We've seen the suffocating effects of sandstorms in regions like the Sahara Desert, the Middle East, and parts of Asia. These storms can bury entire towns under a thick blanket of sand, disrupt agriculture, and cause respiratory problems for those caught in their path. But even in the face of such adversity, desert communities have learned to adapt and survive. What I find most intriguing about sandstorms is their ability to transport vast quantities of dust across continents and even oceans. This dust can impact weather patterns, fertilize rainforests, and even influence the global climate. Sandstorms are a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet's systems. So the next time you see images of a sandstorm swirling across the desert, remember the forces at play. Be grateful for the shelter of a sturdy building, appreciate the value of clean air, and marvel at the power of nature to reshape our world. We've battled extreme heat, bitter cold, and everything in between, but now we face a weather phenomenon that combines the beauty of a winter wonderland with the hidden dangers of ice. The ice storm. Imagine a landscape transformed into a glistening fairy tale, trees encased in shimmering ice, streets transformed into skating rinks, but beneath the beauty lies a treacherous layer of ice, capable of causing widespread disruption and danger. Ice storms occur when rain falls through a layer of freezing air near the ground. The raindrops freeze upon contact with surfaces, coating everything in a layer of clear, smooth ice known as glaze. This glaze can accumulate rapidly, weighing down tree branches, power lines and other structures, causing widespread power outages, transportation disruptions, and hazardous driving conditions. We've seen the paralyzing effects of ice storms in regions like the northeastern United States, Canada, and parts of Europe. These storms can bring cities to a standstill, as fallen trees and power lines block roads and cut off electricity. The weight of the ice can snap tree limbs, damage roofs, and create treacherous conditions for pedestrians. What I find both beautiful and dangerous about ice storms is the deceptive nature of the ice. It's easy to be mesmerized by the sparkling beauty of an ice-coated landscape, but it's crucial to remember the dangers lurking beneath the surface. A single misstep on an icy sidewalk can result in a painful fall, and venturing out during an ice storm requires extreme caution. So, the next time an ice storm threatens your area, remember to be prepared. Stock up on essential supplies, charge electronic devices, and be prepared for potential power outages. If you must venture out, wear appropriate footwear, walk carefully, and be aware of your surroundings. These are just a few examples of nature's most extreme weather phenomena, awe-inspiring displays of power that remind us of our place in the grand scheme of things. From the fury of tornadoes to the silent menace of heat waves, these events challenge us, test our limits, and inspire us with stories of resilience and survival. Which one do you find most terrifying? Is it the raw power of a hurricane, the unpredictable nature of a tsunami, or the silent killer that is a heat wave?